Okay, today's lesson is going to be learning to graph using the y equals mx plus b form. This form is your slope-intercept form. Okay, it's one of the ways linear equations are written. In the slope-intercept form, the m right here is your slope. It's also your constant rate of change. Constant rate of change. And we were talking about that last week when we were writing the equations for functions. Constant rate of change. Okay, and then the B right here, this is your y-intercept. And we found that also, but we just didn't call it the y-intercept. That's what we added or subtracted in our rule. Okay, so we've got the y equals mx plus b format. Okay, so when we are working today, what you're going to do is these equations are all in the slope-intercept form. You're going to identify the slope and the y-intercept and then graph it. Okay, so when we're graphing, the first thing you're going to do is plot the y-intercept. Second thing you're going to do is use the slope to graph other points. On the line. Okay, because the slope tells the person how to graph the other points. It's the distance between one point to another. Okay, so if I come over here, I get y equals mx plus b. M is always the number that is multiplied by the x. It's the coefficient of the x. So my m is 2. Now when we're graphing, we want this to be rise over run. So we're going to put a 1 here. Okay, so if it's a whole number, just put a 1 on the bottom. You always want your slope to be a fraction because this is going to be your rise over your run. Okay, your y-intercept is right here. It's a positive 4. Remember, the y-intercept always has x as 0. So this is the coordinates right there, 0, 4. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do on this graph, here's my y, is I'm going to go graph that 4. So I'm going to go up from the origin, 1, 2, 3, 4, graph it right there. Your y-intercept has to be on your y-axis. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my slope. The top number tells me how far to go up or down. The bottom number tells me how far to go left or right. Okay, this is in a positive direction. We have a positive slope. Okay, so I'm going to go up 2, and then I'd go 1 to the right to make it positive. Up 2, 1 to the right. Up 2, 1 to the right. Keep on going all the way across the graph. Now I can also go down 2 and 1 to the left. Down 2, 1 to the left. Keep on going all the way until you get all the way through the coordinate plane. Okay, let me bring this up a little bit. Down 2 over 1. Okay, you need to connect the dots because we are graphing a line. So connect the dots, put your arrows, because we all know that arrows mean something different for the domain and range. Okay, so we've got that line graph. All right, so let's come over here and let's take a look at this one. You've got y equals mx plus b. Remember, your slope does not have an x in it. Your x is actually the point with y, so your x and y are all the points on the line. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. My m is a negative 3 over 2. So we already have it in a fraction, so that's good. And this one is going to go in a downward direction, a negative slope. My b is negative 3, so I'm going to go ahead and graph 0, negative 3. So on your y-axis, come up here from 0, 0, go 1, 2, 3. There it is right there. Okay, this time I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go left 2 because I want it to be in a negative slope. Up 3, left 2. Up 3, left 2. Up 3, left 2. Okay, from the y-intercept, you can also go down 3 and then right 2. Down 3, right 2. Remember, your goal is to make sure your line is in a negative slope, and it is. It starts high and goes low, going left to right. Okay, finish with that one. Let's come over here and look at number 3 and number 4. Again, you're looking at y equals mx plus b. You want to be able to identify your m. My m is a negative 4. Since it's a whole number, I'm going to put it over 1. Remember, my slope is negative, so it's going to go in a downward motion. Okay, since I have this right here, there's nothing there. My y-intercept is 0. That's 0, 0. That point is your origin. So I'm going to come over here, graph a point right in the origin. This time I'm going to go up 4 and left 1. Up 4, left 1. Can't go any further, but I can go down from my origin. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and right 1. You want to make sure that it's in a negative slope. And if I connect the dots and I look at it, it is, it's not a very good line, but it is in a downward slope. Starts high, goes low. Okay, come over here. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, so my m is 5 over 3. This time it's in a positive direction. Okay, my y-intercept is 4. So it's 0, negative 4. Here's your y. Come down here from the origin, 1, 2, 3, 4. Plot that point. Remember, the y-intercept is always going to be on your y-axis. Then I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right 3. Okay, you might want to stop and check to see if I connected the line. Would it be a positive slope? And yes, it would. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Can't go up anymore, so I'm going to see if I can go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so connect the dots. If you don't connect the dots or put arrows in, you're not graphing a line. So make sure you're graphing your line on your paper.